Okay, today we're going to learn how to play the snare drum. So the first thing you want to do when you play the snare drum is make sure that the drum is at the right height. And you want it to be just about 2 inches below your belly button. So if you want to step up to the drum, now find your belly button. Now drop your hands an inch and another inch, so they're about a little bit lower than your waist, right?
Okay.
So we need to raise the drum up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to raise the drum up, we go down here. If you want to come down here with me, you just loosen this up and pull up. So why don't you try that and get it to the right height. Whoop. This is as high as this drum goes, so we'll have to leave it right there. Unfortunately, we don't have a drum.
Okay.
That'll be okay. The next thing we want to check for is that our throw off is in the right place. This here is called the throw off because it turns the snares on and off. If I turn it on, that's how the snare sounds on, turn it off. And when we have the throw off, we want it to be right in front of us so that when we're playing, we can easily turn it on and off. For now, we're going to leave it off. Okay, now we stand in front of the drum, right here in front of the throw off. Good. Next, we want to learn how to hold the stick. So, grab the stick. Now take it with your non-dominant hand and grab the bead of the stick. This top part is called the bead. Okay? Now take your dominant hand and about 1/3 of the way up of the stick, loosely wrap your hand around there. It would be about the top of the Ludwig on this stick. So your pinky would be at about the top. Good. Make sure it's nice and loose. Don't grab it too firm. Now take your thumb and put it on top of the stick, the fleshy part of the thumb, and slide it down so that's even with the first finger. Good. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Now, wiggle your fingers a little bit. Make sure just to remember that they stay loose, but they should still hold the stick all the way around. Don't let them come off the stick. They should be touching the stick as if the stick is a hot dog bun and you want to hold it nice and light so you don't squeeze the hot dog bun.
Okay.
Okay? Now, drop the stick down. Step away from the drum so you don't hit the drum. A little bit further. And you're going to take the stick in your hand and just drop it down to the side and don't change anything. Just let it hang at your side. You can take your hand off the bead. Sorry. So just let your arm drop like that. Now, just let it down the side. Good. Still wiggle your fingers, make sure they're not too tight. Good. Now, raise your arm so that it's parallel with the floor, but you didn't change anything with your hand, right?
Right.
Now, since your thumb is kind of on top, just because the way your hand is built, you're going to want to rotate it just a little bit so it's not too like this, so that your palm is a little bit down. Good. Okay? So now when we hit the drum, we're going to hit it with a nice legato stroke. And to do legato stroke, it all comes from the wrist. You don't move your arm at all. And you just lift your wrist up and hit it and bring it back up. Okay? Like that. Okay? Want to try? Just all from the wrist. Good. Make sure your palm isn't like this, too far down. You want to leave it nice and up like this. And you want to bring your thumb a little bit down lower towards your first finger so it's not up here. Good. And just get that nice feeling of the wrist going back up. Make sure your fingers are still holding on. Don't let them fly off like this. Okay. Drop it back down to your side again. Bring it back up even. Good. Very good. Watch your fingers because they come off. Make sure you're always holding on like a hot dog bun. Good job. Now if I can have this stick, and I want you to, we're going to go through a little exercise. So we're going to hold both sticks just like we did, about 1/3 of the way up, still holding on like a hot dog bun, and we're going to go through this exercise. So it starts like this. Oh, sorry. Okay? So I'll help you out with that by saying things. So why don't you grab your sticks, make sure you're holding them in the right spot. Good. Now drop them down to your sides. Bring them up parallel. But when we do that, we want to make sure we step away from the drum, so drop them down again. Because you don't want to bring them up and around. You want to bring them straight up. Okay? Now, start with your right.
Step closer.
Yes, step a little bit closer to the drum. And when we hit the drum, right now we're going to play it about a mezzo forte dynamic. So we want to hit the drum just off the center of the drum with the sticks about 3 to 4 inches up from the drum.
Okay.
Okay? So. Okay. Make sure it's all coming from the wrist. I'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
Okay? All coming from the wrist. Don't let your arms, you're starting to go like this. Only the wrists are moving. Okay? And you're going to go right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Together. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and.
Okay.
Okay? So right hand, all from the wrist.
Okay.
Make sure you stay nice and relaxed. Good. Very good. Okay, what you're doing now is called matched grip. The way you're holding the sticks is called matched grip because both of the hands are the same. And you're hitting with a nice legato stroke. Now, to hit with the staccato stroke, this staccato stroke just gives us a little bit more articulation, a little bit more of an attack. So to do that, we're going to use our same hand position, except we're going to put a little bit more pinch at the fulcrum. So you don't want to get your hands tight, so you're holding on like this. Make sure these fingers stay loose, but put a little bit of pinch here, so it'll sound like this. Your legato stroke is like this. Your staccato stroke is. There's just a little bit more of a pinch there, okay? So why don't you try doing that exercise, but with the staccato stroke. Okay. Just a little pinch at the fulcrum. Good. You normally wouldn't use, you can stop. You normally wouldn't use that stroke when playing those notes like that. That's normally for faster notes. So if I was going to use a staccato stroke, I would use it for something like a paradiddle. And a diddle is when you do 2 strokes with one hand. Diddle and paradiddle is you alternate and then 2 strokes. So I do legato, legato, staccato, staccato. Okay, so why don't you try taking that really slow. You go legato, legato, staccato, staccato. And you alternate. Okay? Okay. And just keep getting faster. So legato stroke for the first 2, and then for the diddle you use staccato stroke.
Okay.
Okay, hold on 1 second. When you're doing the staccato stroke, you don't want to stop it from rebounding.
Okay.
You want to keep everything the same, it's just a little bit more pinch, and that'll help it go faster. And
just in the first finger?
Just in the first, between the first finger and the thumb, which is right at the fulcrum of the stick. Right. Okay? I just want a little bit of a pinch. Yeah, but hold on. This is what I see. You're going like this, right, left. Keep it the same. Just okay? Good. Speed it up a little bit. Always. Good job. Make sure you keep all wrist, no arm. Do it one more time and just really concentrate on keeping all wrist and that little pinch when doing the staccato stroke. Your fingers aren't coming off the stick. There's just one little thing. Your left hand, sometimes you're turning it in like this, You still keep it out, your palms are kind of down but not fully down. They're just like in between. Okay? But that was good job. Very good job.